Hey guys, today on People Now, Joanna Gaines tells us how she's faring as a mom of 5, about her new children's book, and what is up with her future in TV.
Wendy Williams reportedly rushed to the hospital after being found drunk. We'll tell you what we've learned.
Actress Marcia Cross getting real about surviving cancer and sharing a powerful message you need to hear.
Also today,
I couldn't believe it.
Kathy Lee Gifford tells us her favorite memories and biggest moments as she counts down to her final day on the Today Show.
Plus, Expedition Unknown host Josh Gates on what he hopes to discover in Egypt on his upcoming live TV special.
It's all today on People Now. Let's go.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Great to see you. How you feeling, Andrea?
I feel great. I wore this bright yellow for spring. I'm excited.
We're all kind of willing
We kind of
spring
actually
in.
match today. I mean,
Well, I've got a flower up here.
yeah,
That's
nice
kind of,
flower, same thing.
I'm willing it in as
You
well.
are.
Also, guys, last night, Diana Ross arguably threw the most iconic birthday bash of the year. The singer celebrating her 75th with some of her famous family and friends. She even was serenaded by none other than Beyoncé. A little rendition of Happy Birthday,
Can
like
you
only
imagine?
Beyoncé can do it, right?
So epic. Beyonce's sweet gift for Diana had us wondering which music icon you'd want to personally perform for you. A lot of great choices out there, obviously.
Countless.
Tweet us a gif of your pick with the hashtag #PeopleNow. You might see it on the show.
Yep, we're going to take a look at Diana Ross's birthday party and check in on those gifts in a little bit. But for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. We begin with this. Joanna Gaines on the cover of this week's issue of People. Joanna opening up about being a mom of 5, her future in TV, her new children's book called We Are the Gardeners. Now, Joanna, who's a mom of 5 kids, ages ranging from 14 to 9-month-old little crew, talked to People about bringing her kids to work with her and getting them involved. She tells us, quote, "They love being here. I always try to involve them with what we're doing at work, just like we did with our houses when we were renovating. We did the same with our children's book. I want them to feel like they're a part of it." I like that, the family inclusivity. Joanna's referring to the children's book she co-wrote with her children. It's called We Are the Gardeners, as I mentioned. It's out right now. It's clear the Gaines kids are also passionate for entrepreneurship at a young age. They get it from their mama, I think. Also passionate about another thing. Baby crew. Joanna telling People that the novelty of having a baby brother has yet to wear off for crew's older siblings. She says they are still completely obsessed, and her 4 older kids, Drake, Duke, Ella, and Emmy, just loving that baby. Joanna claims having baby crew made her more laid back. She said, quote, "People joke that I'm the fun Joe now. I realize there has to be spontaneity and schedules kind of go out the door. It's like, hey, if I don't get to it, it's fine. I've just relaxed so much more, and it's been fun for me," which is good to hear because before she had the baby, she wanted that to be her mode, and it seems like it is. Besides being a mom of 5, writing a book, and apparently already in the works for another one, Joanna is working on another major project, building a TV empire. No big deal. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show, what we might expect, some of our predictions, what we hope for. Stick around for that. All right, almost a year and a half after being diagnosed with anal cancer, 57-year-old Marcia Cross is opening up about her battle against the disease and her new outlook on life. After 3 intense months of treatment and many more of regaining normalcy, Cross gets real in this week's issue of People about her dream of breaking down the stigma around the disease. Here's her reason why.
I wanted to come forward because when I was ill, I read a lot of blogs online or cancer survivor stories, and a lot of people, women especially, were too embarrassed to say what kind of cancer they had. They had a lot of shame about it, and the doctors even had were uncomfortable talking about the anus. And since I've gotten very comfortable talking about the anus, I thought, okay, well, I think that I could probably help by making a little dent in that stigma.
Now, while Cross had no warning signs that she developed the cancer, it was discovered by her doctors being thorough and performing tests that aren't always routine. Unfortunately, Cross was no stranger to cancer. When she received that diagnosis, her husband of almost 13 years, 61-year-old Tom Mahoney, is now healthy after a throat cancer diagnosis for him back in 2009. When Cross received her clean bill of health, she describes how both she and her husband felt in that moment. Take a look.
What I really remember is my husband crying. And I was sort of numb, so I didn't feel anything. And he had been sort of, not distant, but he'd been through his own, so he was just being the man the whole time. He never showed any that he was worried or anything. But then when that happened, I looked over, and that really blew me away, yeah. But I was still in a state of shock because you're in such a fight mode and freeze and you know, that it took a while for it to unwind for me. But yeah, it kind of irrevocably changes you.
Wow, now that Cross is feeling healthy and ready to share her story with the world, she says she realized that life was too fragile to waste on negativity. She says she didn't just survive cancer, she taught herself self-love as well.
I got a clear scan, and then I heard myself talking mean to myself, you know, which I've done for my whole life. And I went, so you're gonna live and then you're gonna do that to that body that just, you know, and for the first time I went, that is no longer acceptable.
And in addition to keeping away from negativity, Cross also has a newfound gratitude for the simple yet essential things in life. We asked her, what are you most grateful for now? And here's what she said.
Love, everything love related is what I'm grateful for. And my health and however long I get to be here.
Cross is pushing for both men and women to speak out if they notice unusual hemorrhoids or bleeding, and she calls on everyone to listen to your body. She insists that if you don't feel a doctor was thorough enough, then get a second opinion because anal cancer is much more curable if it's caught early. For more information, you can visit analcancerfoundation.org, and to read more about Marsha Cross's journey, pick up the latest issue of People on newsstands Friday. Now we move on to this.
I thought I'd stay a year, and here it is 11 years later. So in those 11 years, a lot of life has happened, a lot of death has happened, a lot of growth has happened. They've been rich, good years. I'm grateful for all of them.
And we love Kathie Lee Gifford. She's reflecting to People about her time co-hosting on NBC's Today. While she's thankful for her time co-hosting today's 10 o'clock hour alongside good friend Hoda Kotb, Gifford admits that she's ready for the next chapter as she gears up to depart the long-running gig. Her last day is scheduled for April 5th. It's been announced Jenna Bush Hager will be taking over that role. According to Gifford, there were a few factors that weighed on her decision to go. Take a listen.
I've become a widow, a orphan. My mom passed a year and a half ago, and an empty nester. My children live in Los Angeles. That's a big part of my decision. There's nothing really keeping me in this part of the country anymore except for my job. And the work that I want to do isn't here anymore. I stay here for the people, not the work.
And Gifford is looking forward to spending more time in Nashville, where much of her life has been for the past few years. She plans to focus on her songwriting, even a bit of film directing while she's there. Now, while she opens up about her next career move, Gifford also reflects on her longtime love and husband of almost 30 years, Frank Gifford, who passed away almost 4 years ago, and how she has coped these past few years without him.
I don't look at my cup half empty, you know, what I've lost. I don't look at that my husband has passed on. I look what I had for almost 30 years with my husband. The children that came from that relationship. And I didn't panic at all. I had what the Bible calls the peace that passes understanding.
When it comes to being open to ever finding love again, well, Gifford says love can happen at any time. So I guess she's open to that. We'll have more on Kathie Lee Gifford's interview with People a little bit later in the show. Stick around for that. She dishes on working with disgraced Today host Matt Lauer and where their relationship stands today, and whether Kris Jenner has her to thank for getting Keeping Up with the Kardashians on TV. Pretty interesting story here, so stick around for that. All right, according to Penguin Random House Publishing, Michelle Obama's memoir, Becoming, has had astonishing success, selling nearly 10 million copies since its release in November. Wow, really impressive. According to the publisher, the autobiography is a real game changer. And at an annual conference in Berlin on Tuesday, Penguin Random House's parent company's chief executive, Thomas Rabe, praised the book's release, saying, "We believe this could be the most successful memoir in history." Back in November, the book sold 2 million copies in 15 days, which made it the best-selling book of 2018. The First Lady has been traveling around the country promoting the book at crowded theaters and small-town libraries across America. The book is also a bestseller internationally, topping charts across Europe. The memoir invites readers into her world, her childhood on the south side of Chicago, her years as an executive, motherhood, being First Lady of the United States, all of it's in there. On the book's official website, the memoir is described as a deeply personal reckoning of a woman of soul and substance who has steadily defied expectations. In this footage from November, she sits with 20 high school seniors in Chicago, where she kicked off her book tour a day before its release. Little did she know that it would soon be in the hands of 10 million people relatively quickly as well. Here you can see Obama on March 24th in Tacoma, Washington, speaking with members of a local book group at the Tacoma Public Library. In addition to taking interviews with large media personalities, Obama has made an effort to spend time with local community members inspired by her life. Now, throughout April, Obama will take her book tour to Denmark, Sweden, Norway, all around Europe, then back to Canada, wrapping things up in the States in May with appearances in Fort Lauderdale, Atlanta, and Nashville. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in those cities. All right, President Donald Trump announced Tuesday he will appoint actor Jon Voight to the Board of Trustees for the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, along with the White House's 9 other appointees, including former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, whose daughter Sarah Huckabee Sanders serves as White House press secretary. Voight is generally supportive of the president. He's been one of the few and most prominent pro-Trump voices in Hollywood, and in the past has called Trump a patriot. Now, the White House says the new appointees will serve until September 1st, 2024. According to the Washington Post, the Kennedy Center has 36 trustees who were appointed by the president, each of whom serves a 6-year unpaid term. At the time President Obama left office, he had appointed all 36 of his available trustee slots, including 2 of his top aides, Valerie Jarrett and Susan Rice. The Kennedy Center is known for its annual Kennedy Center Honors, highlighting lifetime work of key artists, including Cher and Reba, who were honored in 2018. Reba was just here. We talked to her about that. According to Variety, the center's trustees do not select the honorees, but an executive committee of some trustees do approve those choices. That's kind of how it works. Historically, the event's been close to the White House, but it's kind of grown distant from Trump. The president and first lady did not attend in 2017 after Trump criticized some of the honorees, and they did not attend in 2018 either. So there you go. All right, Andrea Boehlke, you have more for us in Star Treks.
Yes, we are kicking off Star Treks today with an actress who's all about family and fashion these days. In this week's issue of People, Eva Mendes is opening up about her latest clothing collection for New York & Company and what she wears on date nights with her longtime love, Ryan Gosling. So if you were ever wondering what the fabulous Eva Mendes wears on dates with Ryan, well, she says it depends on her mood, but she says she's been opting for more wrap dresses lately simply because of their ease. They're also really beautiful. But Eva didn't only open up about her style, she also got candid about the fashion styles of her 2 young daughters that she shares with Ryan. When asked if her girls take after her in the fashion department, Eva says that it's only t-shirts for Esmeralda, who's 4, and Amada, who is 2. She says the girls go through several outfit changes a day because of all the fun stuff, explaining, quote, "We made some homemade Play-Doh the other day and I let them explore in the garden and our kitchen, so they're constantly getting dirty," adding they're at fun ages, but they're still babies. So what about a return to acting? Eva says she loves acting, but wanted to take some time to be there for her kids. She says now that they're growing older, she wants to resume her acting career, saying, "I'm excited to do something, but I just haven't found something special." The actress went on to say she is proud of her career, but in the past, she hasn't always picked roles that she was in love with. She says, "Like most people, I was just lucky to get a job. Now I would love to do something that I really, really love." Well, for now, she'll continue to take the fashion world by storm. Eva says she's not a fashionista, but she embraces style. Here are a few pieces from the collection, a lot of beautiful colors and patterns. I think these have Eva's style written all over them.
Yeah.
She's always so fresh and feminine. Even if she doesn't say so, Eva seems like a fashionista to me. Just saying. All right, we move on to this. Khloe Kardashian stepped out Tuesday night for Diana Ross's 75th birthday party and brought some major glitz and glam. The reality star rolled up to Diana's party at the Hollywood Palladium with mom Kris and sister Kourtney. She channeled Diana's trademark hairstyle with teased curly blonde hair, paired them with a shimmery gold gown with a thigh-high slit that showed off some leg. I think she looks fantastic. Kourtney also went for the glitz with her outfit. She rocked a silver suit with a black bra underneath and tucked her sleek dark hair smoothly into her blazer. Maybe a new trend alert here. And of course, mama Kris Jenner was the ringleader of her shimmery daughters, as always. She wore an emerald green sequin gown that showed off her killer curves. The girls were all smiles at the birthday bash. And at one point, Diana even brought Kourtney and Khloe on stage to dance while she sang her classic song, "Take Me Higher." Iconic there. Earlier on Tuesday, Diana tweeted her excitement about the big birthday, writing, "Hooray, choosing love and life. 75 is a good number. I'd like to continue feeling good like this forever. Love, appreciation to all." If that doesn't make you want to celebrate life, I don't know what
I just
would.
want to celebrate that headpiece.
Yeah, she looks great. And there's no better way to celebrate life than with an unplanned performance from Beyoncé. Watch this.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. to you. Happy birthday, Miss Ross. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, Beyoncé delivered a flawless version of Happy Birthday to Diana Ross in honor of the Big 7-5, and the emotional moment was captured by Khloe Kardashian, who shared the sweet moment to her Instagram story. Can you imagine being there for this? This is pretty epic. Diana celebrated her birthday with a star-studded gathering at the famed Hollywood Club Warwick before later moving over to the Hollywood Palladium. And when you're a total icon, you don't limit the celebrating to just one day. No, Diana has been celebrating the big birthday for weeks now, hosting a birthday celebration in Las Vegas with a series of shows at the Wynn throughout February. She also celebrated at the 61st Annual Grammy Awards in February as well, performing a medley of hits in honor of her birthday, beginning with the tune The Best Years of My Life. So it shouldn't be a surprise to hear that Diana actually took the stage at her own birthday party on Tuesday. Diana sang with Diddy and Robin Thicke, plus her son Evan and his wife Ashley Simpson. Amazing. This is one legendary celebration for a legendary singer. Happy birthday to her. And those are your star tracks for today.
Good luck to anyone to top that birthday.
You can't stop it. Having Beyonce sing to you.
Yeah, and of all people, that it should be her that has that epic experience, right?
Yep.
All right, guys, stay with us. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle at home in Windsor. We've got a behind-the-scenes look at their new life outside of London. Plus, joined live by Expedition Unknown host Josh Gates. He's got a super exciting live special coming up. He is here to tell us all about it. You don't want to miss this.
All right, so we just saw Beyonce serenade Diana Ross at her birthday party. We decided we totally missed out. I don't know where the invites were. No, they were never
Spam
sent.
folder here.
We've been asking you to tweet us a GIF of the music icon you'd like to perform for you in our question of the day. So let's take a look at the GIFs you've tweeted us so far.
Oh, Mariah, okay.
Mariah would be pretty epic there.
Lucky for you. Oh, is this Bruno Mars? Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be the party I want, actually.
Oh,
Bruno
yeah.
Mars is my choice, too.
I'd want a country singer.
Yeah.
Celine Dion.
Oh, Celine, yeah.
Great. These are good. Yeah.
I think it'd be like nice to have a medley of them, right? All of those people bring something different to the table.
Now we're getting greedy.
Let's get greedy
Okay,
about it.
now we're getting greedy.
All right, keep sending in those gifts, but now we move on to this.
All right, so Wendy Williams was reportedly found drunk after checking out of a sober living home, was taken to the hospital to sober up on Monday afternoon.
So according to Daily Mail, she went missing from the Wendy Williams studio until she was found drunk, apparently, and this comes 1 week after she revealed to fans on the show that she'd been living in a sober living house to deal with her addictions.
So Williams was given a banana bag, which is a bag of IV fluids that contain electrolytes and vitamins. These are used to treat patients with chronic alcohol use.
Yeah, Williams appeared on her talk show on Wednesday. She seemed completely fine, didn't address this matter. Wendy Williams revealed last week on the Wendy Williams show that she was focusing on her sobriety. She said, quote, "I've been living in a sober house. You know, I've had a struggle with cocaine in the past. I never went to a place to get treatment. There are people in your family. It might be you. I want you to know more of the story." That was Wendy's quote from her show last week.
Yeah, she also mentioned that until that point, her husband, Kevin Hunter, was the only person who knew she was living in a sober house. And Hunter told Entertainment Tonight last Friday that Williams was doing well and that her healing is a family process.
Look, we were talking about this, the demands of doing a daily show like she does, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a rigorous schedule. She's obviously got some turmoil going on behind the scenes. We hope that she can find help for that and find some stability, because to maintain that schedule, if you've got that going on, it's going to be really difficult in the long run.
It's heartbreaking to hear, especially when she's so open about it. I mean, because she's so open, other people that are going through similar things can relate, they understand, but you obviously want her to be able to get the help that she needs to turn this around.
Yeah, and these kinds of stories, it worries me for her, right?
Yeah,
I mean, as someone
very worrisome.
And she's just so beloved by so many people and does such a great job on her show, and she's got a family. We wish her all the best with all that's going on with her. Let's move on to this.
Yes, by now we all know that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are expecting their first child in late April. We track the royals here religiously. It's very close, and we're getting excited.
Dialed into this. It means, of course, they'll be moving into their new home, Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, any day now.
So this will definitely be a change of pace for the expecting parents.
It's kind of a look at the back of it, but
Also a lot healthier, especially for their newborn. A family friend tells People that the couple will enjoy Windsor more than their current home in London because, here's their quote, they feel claustrophobic in their place in Kensington Palace.
there will be lots of room to roam in Windsor, with another friend telling People that it will be nice there. There'll be fresh air in the park. Look at the greenery. I mean, it's beautiful. How could a kid not love growing up there? It's going to be huge.
I grew up on a farm, so I understand wanting to grow up on a lot of land.
Yeah.
The They currently share space with Prince William and his family at Kensington Palace in London. So moving from a city like London to a town like Windsor is a huge change. It's going to be great for their family.
Well, they also, they kind of get to define their own life a little bit more, kind of away from William and Kate and sort of doing their thing there. And the kids can grow and kind of expand in that. Again, I keep going back to the space. As someone who lives in New York with kids, the thought of that space is just
not like Kensington Palace is small by any means.
Right.
However, this has more space.
The grounds of Windsor, they have lush gardens, green fields, a serene lake, offers seemingly endless acres to roam with the couples. They have the 2 dogs, a new baby. Windsor Castle, by the way, and the town, next to a 5,000-acre park called the Windsor Great Park.
And so if 5,000 acres is hard to picture, just for reference, Central Park in New York City is just around 843 acres. So this is over 6 times the size of Central Park.
It's just a forest.
I mean, Central Park, you can get lost in Central Park.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you're right.
And building that, look, nice to kind of get away. They're building this home away from Kensington Palace. All their neighbors are either family or staff. Like we've said, it's their own sort of defined space.
Yeah, and a former palace staffer even tells people that Windsor, quote, has the most amazing mulberry walk, where we would pick mulberries for Prince Philip's mulberry gin.
Sounds very idyllic.
I know.
Right? In love with that idea.
The mulberry gin, that brings me in for sure.
Windsor Castle, also a primary residence for Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. So if the Queen is in residence, she will be just a 5-minute walk up the hill.
I love it. Sounds so
kids.
homey. So what is Frogmore Cottage, you may ask? So it's near Windsor Castle. It's a gift from the Queen to Harry and Meghan. It's 25 miles from London, so not too far.
Nice gift, by the way.
Yeah, nice gift. Nice life. It has been renovated from a staff residence with multiple apartments into a single-family home with 5 bedrooms.
Yeah, it's been redone with non-toxic paint. That's something Meghan's been really big on.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of more pure items and different ways of decorating things. Pretty essential for the new baby. Has a new green energy center as well. We know that Meghan loves the yoga. It has some springy floating floors, perfect for a little yoga flow there.
I like that. Yeah, they're getting a new kitchen and dining room. Sources tell people that Prince Harry likes having friends over, and contrary to reports, Meghan has not stopped him from hunting.
He's out there doing it, guys, and plenty of room to do it there.
He has a shooting ground right in his backyard, so he can keep doing that.
Yeah, good for them. The cottage also, it's just a short walk from Windsor's charming High Street. That's lined with pubs, markets, cafes, plenty to do there. PeopleTV actually took a walking tour through Windsor and stopped at a pub that's aptly called the Prince Harry Pub. Take a look at this.
Welcome to the Prince Harry Pub in Windsor. The pub's over 500 years old. We changed the name over a year ago to the Prince Harry before Prince Harry and Meghan's wedding, and ever since then we've been really busy. So we have a special hamburger named after Harry called the Prince Harry Burger. We sell loads of them every day. We've got lots of pictures of Harry with his mum, and Harry and Meghan, and Harry on his own, obviously. And people generally love Harry in this town.
Wonder how much photos of Prince Harry eating the Prince Harry burger will go for, right?
I know. I mean, does he stop there? I would hope so.
If it hasn't happened, it's going to happen.
He's got to stop there.
You can watch the full A Walking Tour of Windsor on people.com. Check that out. And now you can watch this.
My daddy used to say, honey, surround yourself with people who are smarter, more talented than you are, and you'll look good.
Kathie Lee Gifford is gearing up to leave morning television on April 5th, and she's reflecting about her colleagues who have turned into lifelong friends.
Yeah, that includes her co-host Hoda Kotb, of course, who she's worked alongside for 11 years. In those 11 years, Gifford tells people there's one memorable moment that really sticks out to her. Take a look.
My favorite memory with Hoda was when she revealed to me on the air and to all of America and the world that she had a landing strip. I'm sorry, that was world-shattering to me. I couldn't believe that she said it. I just loved it. It was so freaking funny.
That is hilarious.
Getting real honest.
And Hoda tells people that Kathie Lee is one of the most loyal people ever. And Kathie Lee has actually shown that loyalty towards former Today host Matt Lauer, who was fired in November 2017 over allegations of sexual assault.
Yeah, she stays in touch with Matt Lauer. She says, quote, "That's what friendship means to me. I've been through very, very hard times in my life, and I saw my friends drop away. Times like that test the mettle of friendships. The Matt I love is the Matt I still do."
All right, speaking of friendships, Gifford also opened up about her longtime friendship with Kris Jenner.
I love this.
So it's Gifford who might be to thank for bringing Keeping Up with the Kardashians to television.
Here's the story. Gifford and Jenner have been friends since the 70s. So back when Kris Jenner was still married to Robert Kardashian, Gifford recalls being at their house and it being kind of this insane environment, as she puts it. Watch this.
I would be there with Frank, and we would be walking in, and the Jackson 5 would be walking out. And then as I'm leaving, Wayne Gretzky would be walking in, and then an Uber model would be, it was just, and a rapper, and this, it was central casting. In walks, it was like you had to see it to believe it. So I remember saying to Chris, who was having financial problems at the time, imagine that. I loaned Chris money years ago because they needed it. They were really struggling. And in fact, damn it, I want that money back. It just dawned on me. I said, Chris, if anybody, this is when reality television was just getting a hold, I said, you guys, of all people in the world, should have a reality series. You should. So I went to my agent at William Morris Agency, and I said to her, you know what I would do if I were you? I would sign them up for a reality series. And she said, I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. I said, why? She goes, I have my reasons. I never asked. She said no. She said, but she also represented Ryan Seacrest. So she said, I'm going to take it to Ryan because I think he might like it. You think?
Wow. So Kathy Lee Gifford, not only responsible for great morning television, but also for bringing the Kardashians to television.
So depending on how you feel about the Kardashians, you might hate that, you might love that.
It's
I don't
true.
know, but I hope she's getting royalties somewhere. I went to an event last night, by the way, called A Toast to Kathy Lee, celebrating Kathy Lee. Lots of people there. Kathy was hilarious, heartfelt, talking about her faith. She's very honest about that all the time.
You got like a picture with her.
Yeah.
She's very sweet, right?
This was a moment that Hoda was giving a toast to Kathy Lee, and it's a rare moment that Hoda actually really had to pause and hold back tears.
Aww.
Then she broke the whole thing by saying, like, you know what, we're drunk. And everybody just started dying laughing.
Were they actually drinking a lot? I mean, that's not surprising.
They weren't like hammered, but they were really funny about it. Lots of familiar faces there. Andy Cohen, Dr. Oz, Meredith Vieira, Today Show gang, the whole, crew.
Because you've been on the Today Show a bunch.
Yeah.
She's always been very welcoming, right?
She's always been very welcoming. I always remember right out of the gate, she's warm and welcoming to me. One of the first times that I was there, she said to me, she just looked at me about it right before we were on air. She's like, well, it ain't rocket science, talking about doing all this. She just knows how to keep it real, but also have a lot of fun with very simple things on the show. And anyway,
that's also sweet that they invited you to the event and she was there.
Yeah,
and
it was
cool.
great. We had some really great conversations there. Anyway, it's just a pleasure to be able to cross paths at any level with an icon like that. We wish her all the best. She'll definitely be missed. So let's move on.
Guys. Yes, we have some exciting news for everyone looking to win big overnight. No one won the Powerball jackpot on Saturday night.
Oh man, how may this be good news for you? Well, it pushes the Wednesday night jackpot total up to $750 million. I think I can make that work.
Well, we always, after we talk about Powerball, then we go off and buy some. But yeah, no one got all 6 numbers right on Saturday. Several winners had 5 numbers, so you still get money.
You get some money, but not the big money.
Yeah. Well, Wednesday night's Powerball is the 3rd largest Powerball and 4th largest jackpot in U.S. history.
The largest Powerball jackpot in U.S. history was about $1.6 billion. That was in January of 2016. I remember that.
I can imagine.
I remember
that
playing
much
and
money.
wishing and praying didn't come true.
The lump sum cash payout for a $750 million jackpot is more than $465 million.
Still have to pay some taxes on that.
Yeah.
But again, you can make
At
it
that
work.
point, I think you're not too worried.
Here we go. The odds of hitting the jackpot, 1 in 292 million. But somebody's got to win. You got to play to win.
And if you are the lucky winner, here are a few tips from the experts, all right? The person watching right now is the winner.
All right, here, number 1, hire help. They say a team of financial experts are essential here. That makes sense. They could really come in handy in this situation
Number 2
on managing
is make a plan. Some people say to wait until you have a plan to come forward. Others say you should try to remain anonymous. I think that's probably key because everyone's going to come out of the woodwork.
Number 1 thing, remain anonymous so you can decide what you want to do. From my expert opinion in dealing with huge windfalls of money.
All of a sudden you're qualified.
Number 3, sign the tickets. If you don't sign that ticket, then you lose the ticket. It is gone. Can you imagine?
That seems pretty like an easy rule, but that's something I would do. I would absolutely
lose
lose
it.
it. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That would happen to me.
What'd you do with the money?
Oh my God. I mean, I would just have a production company and do shows and have a few homes and I would,
Yeah, homes,
what about
travel,
you?
just go out. Anything I want. You do anything you wanted to do.
Should we go get the Powerball after this?
Yeah, we should. Last time we did this, by the way, we bought the wrong tickets. So I spent like 24 hours anticipating
and
and realized
we bought the wrong tickets last time.
The Powerball.
This time we got it. All right. Back in 2017, Chip and Joanna Gaines walked away from their hit HGTV series Fixer Upper after 5 successful seasons, and we miss them.
We miss them. Joanna revealed to People she was no longer having fun with the whole thing. She could have fooled us, though. Here's what she said with the quote. I think at some point along the way, I forgot to have fun. It was almost like we were on autopilot. If I'm not going to have fun, then I'm not doing it because it's not worth worth the grind.
Well, it's true. You don't want to watch people that aren't having fun. I think that's the point where you do give something up. You have to have fun when you're...
Also, someone who has money in the bank can easily say
also
that.
a factor. All right. In November of 2018, Chip and Joanna announced their plans to partner with Discovery, so they're returning to TV for their own lifestyle media network.
So apparently we can expect home design, cooking, children's programs as well. They can do a little bit of everything, and I think fans are absolutely here for it.
Yeah, although an official launch date has not been set yet, the Gaines are looking forward to making their comeback. Joanna tells people that she and Chip have some fun stuff that we've been dreaming up. That's what she says.
So what kind of projects do we predict? The kids being involved?
I'm guessing
for
some
sure.
home renovations,
Some home renovations.
stuff. I mean, people love their kids. They have 5 kids. They're super adorable. You kind of love seeing them growing up in this nice family.
And we've tracked along with the kids so closely, at least here at People we have, and I think fans are really into it. So it'd be interesting to see the kids, especially the teenagers, as they get into more, the ability to do more, to have their own shows and their own specialized things.
Assuming it'll take place in
They can do
Waco,
whatever they want.
Texas. It'll probably be in Texas.
All right, for more on Joanna Gaines, make sure to grab your issue of People. It is on newsstands Friday.
All right, guys, one of the hottest musicals on Broadway right now is The Prom. We just saw it. Totally loved it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Caitlin Kennenan, who plays Emma, told us that she actually first auditioned for a completely different role before she landed her starring spot.
So when I first auditioned for it, I auditioned for the role of the girlfriend, which at that point was like a very like standard like blonde cheerleader role, and I was like, I'm so wrong for this. But
Like we need like long blonde hair, classic cheerleader, and you walked in with your hair as it is.
Tried to like fit in. I was like, I'm gonna wear a pink T-shirt. I'm gonna wear a pair of jeans. Like I'm gonna be a cheerleader. And like the director so fast was like, hey, so you're really not right for this role, but you are right for the role of Emma. Would you like step out and read these sides and come back in? And I was like, yes, of course I will. So it worked out, I think.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. And in the Broadway show, The Prom, here we go. Here's the setup. Emma becomes an instant outcast, a national headline when her high school cancels the prom rather than allow her to attend with her girlfriend. A group of fading Broadway stars decide to take advantage of the situation and save the day, or at least that's what they want to do. Chaos ensues.
Wow, impressive description, Jeremy.
Feel good? You know what's up now?
I do. Caitlin made her Broadway debut when she was just 16 in Spring Awakening. She's played a ton of other roles over the years, but this role seems so perfect for her. So we wanted to know what Caitlin admires the most about Emma. Watch.
She just is who she is. She's a real person, and that was so refreshing to be able to play that it was just like, this is awesome.
And she's so brave.
Yeah,
right?
she really is. And
Were you like that?
No, not at all. She's actually, it's cool because like having been playing her for almost 5 years, like I've learned so much about myself and like my own courage and bravery playing her that like I never would have found if I didn't have her in my life.
And for Caitlin, the real impact of playing Emma in The Prom is how it affects young fans off stage. She told us about one fan encounter that she will never forget.
I had one girl come up to me at the stage door and just like grab onto my arms and like pull me close, and she was like, my mom is standing right behind me. I'm gay. I haven't told her yet. Thank you for this show. I don't know what to do now, but just thank you. And like that's the kind of reaction we get in person and online, and it just like you can't recreate that in any way. And so like being able to hear those things and then do the show every night is just such an like fascinating and wonderful experience that like I'll never be able to have again.
Explore a 3,000-year-old tomb. Wow. And uncover ancient mysteries buried in the sands. Be there as we excavate an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus.
Oh my God.
Live.
What is he looking at? What will happen? A little clip there from Expedition Unknown Egypt Live. It's a 2-hour live event coming to the Discovery Channel, hosted by adventurer Josh Gates. Josh, thank you for being here. One day I would like to be called an adventurer.
Yeah.
That's a bucket list
You can
item.
just call yourself an adventurer.
You just do it, right? You just put it out there.
If you do it enough, it just shows up on Wikipedia. That's what I've found.
Legit.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Okay, this is very exciting. What makes this the most ambitious adventure yet?
Well, look, you know, Expedition Unknown, the whole goal of my show is to try to take people around the world and give them a real adventure. And this is like the ultimate expression of that. It doesn't get any more real than trying to do this live.
It doesn't, and you are, yeah, as you said, you have that show, Expedition Unknown. Doing this thing as a live event, it makes it more exciting in my mind, but are you nervous at all about, oh my gosh, what if we get in there and there ain't much to see?
There's nothing.
No, not really, because, I mean, look, first of all, here's what we know. We know that this part of Egypt, that they have found these burial shafts and these chambers underground. They've already found some mummies down in these chambers. So we know this is a tomb, and they've already found some great stuff down there. We're going to be going into chambers that haven't been explored before.
That alone is enough to be really interesting.
It is, and you know, look, this is what it's like for archaeologists. They toil in the dirt and the sand, and they don't know what they're going to find. So for me, it's not so much nerve-wracking as exciting. I mean, this is the true unknown. We don't know what's going to happen.
Is there one thing you are really hoping that you're going to find?
Well, we're hopefully going to open a sarcophagus on live TV, one of these big stone coffins, and hopefully we find a preserved mummy. I mean, that would be incredible.
It's so crazy because you could find nothing there, or you could find like the most amazing thing ever. So I think it's really cool.
Well, there's no way to know exactly what's down there.
Do you get nervous though, like doing this because it's the live aspects?
Well, I am now.
Yeah.
Really, the two of you are really now getting in my.
We wanted you to know how risky this is.
It's going to be amazing. We're very, very excited. No matter what, even just being there is going to be fun to watch. You have this dream job that so many people would love to have. What inspired this career path in the beginning?
For me, it was kind of a few different things. It was Indiana Jones and the Goonies, for sure. As a kid, I was like a child of the 80s, and so when I first saw Raiders of the Lost Ark, it just made my mind melt.
Well, it's such an adventurous and this, like, just amazing idea, right? Of going in that cave and finding that ship full of treasure.
This idea that you could just go around the world and pull away the cobwebs and find secret passages, I loved that. And also, my dad was a deep-sea diver. He was always coming back from these exotic ports of call, and so from an early age, I just had this love of adventure and the unknown.
How young were you when you first went out with him?
We would travel every year to England. My mom's British, so we'd go every year overseas to England. We'd visit my dad at work. So from as early as I can remember, I was on planes and going across the Atlantic, and so I think that largely informed my love of travel.
He must have loved seeing you get so excited about the similar things that he's interested in.
Yeah, my parents can't understand how this happened. They can't believe that I have this job. They love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's really great. Well, okay, thinking about the upcoming season of Expedition Unknown, all the different places you've explored, what are you most excited for viewers and people that are fans of yours to see?
Yeah, so the live show is April 7th, and then just a few days later on April 10th, we kick off our new season of Expedition Unknown. This season is really one of our biggest seasons yet. We're going to be doing everything from big archaeological shows. We're going to do a two-part special on the Dead Sea Scrolls in the Holy Land.
Oh, that's cool.
And we're also going to be doing kind of great Indiana Jones style shows. We're doing a show on the Crystal Skull, which was the inspiration for the fourth Indiana Jones
film. Wow, okay.
This very real object that has a very murky origin story, and trying to trace down the real history behind it.
What were you the most shocked about that maybe you discovered as you filmed the season?
Boy, you know, I have to say, it's kind of it seems like a maybe a disappointing answer, but every episode at some point my mouth falls open because, look, a big part of the show is going around the world to meet with these real explorers and archaeologists that are on the front lines of doing this work. And when you show up at their dig sites and they find something incredible, we have shipwreck discoveries this year. Last year in the show, we found a Maya temple complex out in the jungles of Guatemala. So when you find things like that and you bushwhack out to the site and you're the first person to see this thing in 2,000 years, it's like it doesn't make sense.
That wasn't a disappointing answer at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah.
Man, can we just come with you for an episode?
Hey,
and just
yes,
like...
but be careful what you wish for. What's how are you with fried spiders and?
Oh, love.
Lisa, well, you did Survivor, so
I did Survivor.
She's probably better than me.
You're in.
You've had so many amazing journeys over the years. Which expedition sticks out as your favorite?
You know, we have one upcoming, which is a trip that we've talked about doing for years, but we've always put it off because it's so hard. We took a big trip to Siberia in the middle of winter, which maybe I don't recommend actually. But we wanted to do a story there. There's a great story about a hiking expedition that met an untimely end there. It's like a big kind of conspiracy story in Russia, but it's in a really remote place in Siberia. And so one of the things that's coming up on the show is this huge trip we took to reach this place. And it's the hardest show we've ever shot.
Keep picking your brain here, just down the list of things I would be asking you if we were hanging at a bar. Scariest expedition that you've ever been on?
Oh, I spent the night at Chernobyl once.
Oh, wow.
Not the next great honeymoon destination.
No, it isn't.
If you're wondering. Terrifying place.
Did you have special gear?
Yeah, we had the full like Andromeda strain, you know, hazmat suits and all that. But just a city frozen in time, you know, a totally abandoned city.
Does anything scare you at this point?
I hate scorpions.
Okay.
Ah.
I don't like scorpions at all. I think
How do you handle and face your fear? Because
Yeah.
you got to do it for the show.
I run away from them and then edit that out of the show. I can just cut that out.
Right,
They're
okay,
horrible.
good.
They're just
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, they're deadly, too.
Like, who designed? It's like these claws and the thing comes over their head.
Completely agree with you on that.
Horrible
I don't think
animal.
anyone will argue.
What is your? Again, does anyone love scorpions?
Somebody.
Actually,
There's someone in their garage has fish tanks full of them. and
That's true.
Mr. Scorpion.
People that are afraid to
Mr.
face their
Scorpion.
fears, so maybe you're afraid to do even skiing or
Sure.
skydiving or all of these adventures.
Yeah.
What is your approach? What's your advice to them?
Well, I mean, look, I'm a big believer that not all travel should be easy. And I think that we sometimes have this mentality that when we go on a trip, it should be a vacation, we should sit on a beach, we should just relax. And I'm all for relaxing. I love getting drunk by a pool, right? But you don't tend to remember those experiences. The things you tend to remember are the things that really scare you and the things that you weren't comfortable doing, but you pulled it off. So I always tell people, if you're scared of something and you do it, it's going to stay with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm a big believer that you should challenge yourself when you travel.
That's so true.
That's how I feel every time I get in an elevator now.
Oh
I have
my!
that whole speech.
He
I
got stuck in an
one.
elevator
It crashed.
recently.
It was
How
ridiculous.
how
So now you
long?
remember
How long were you
45
in there
minutes.
for?
It wasn't. It sounds
Hey, but
lame,
you're gonna
whatever.
remember that
I'm
for the
gonna
rest of
remember
your
it,
life.
and I'm facing my fears every day when I come to work.
Absolutely.
Before we move on, we read somewhere you have a special relationship with camels.
Yeah,
We should probably talk about this.
I
Let's
don't
unpack
get
it.
along with camels.
Yeah,
Oh,
look at
look at
This
this.
gif
Look at
is
it.
so funny.
They're horrible.
The face alone.
They
it's-
are the jerks of the
Do
desert.
camels not like you? Is that a
They
thing?
don't like me. I'm too big. I'm too heavy. They know that I don't like them. It's a whole thing. Every time we've ever shot with a camel, it's been a complete disaster. They spit, they bite.
Well,
they're
that was trying to get
uncooperative.
you. It was
Yeah, you saw.
aggressively reaching out
I
for you.
haven't been on a camel yet. Have you?
Well,
That's
get
fine.
ready. There are a lot of
Maybe a
fun.
circus once or something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Time for a little game. You ready before you go? So cue
yes.
Hear the music.
It is called Would You Rather Expedition Unknown Edition. Ready?
Sure.
So you've done a lot of extreme things over the years. We're going to test you on how extreme you really are.
Okay,
Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First
Would
one.
you rather experience the beginning of the world or the end of the world?
Wow. The beginning.
Okay, why does that fascinate you more?
Where did everybody, where did it all come? We know how it's going to end.
I agree with you.
Wait, we do?
It's going to be a big nuclear disaster. How did it start?
I'm like, you have the answers here?
I think we know how it's ending. How did it start? We don't
Crystal
know.
ball.
It's a mystery.
He found a crystal ball in a tomb and he...
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think I agree with you. All right. Would you rather know every language in the world or be able to communicate with animals? Like talk to animals.
I find this one very difficult.
Every language in the world.
Really?
What do animals have to tell me?
You would find
talk
out
to
why
that
they
camel.
Yeah, the camel. Find out why he doesn't
They're
like you.
hungry. They're tired. They want to know when you're coming home. It's
okay.
not that interesting.
You already
Wow,
know what they're
actually,
saying.
you
You already
raised a
got
really
it.
interesting
Yeah.
point there.
Would you rather live in extremely hot climate conditions or somewhere extremely cold?
This studio is probably only 70 degrees. I'm sweating through my clothes
Okay,
right
so
now.
we're going
You go cold. Okay.
Yeah, I run hot.
Now, you've explored Mount Everest for the Yeti before, yes? So would you rather be face-to-face with a Yeti or an alien?
I love the Yeti. I'm obsessed with the Yeti story. I want it to be true. I love the Yeti. I'm going Yeti.
What would you say to the Yeti, or what would you do with
Well,
the Yeti?
I don't speak animal as we've
Well,
learned.
yeah, that's right.
true.
If you had changed your
Unfortunately,
previous-
if I'd only chosen to speak animal, we could have a conversation.
Heart of hearts, is the Yeti really out there in your mind? Or is it just a fun little myth?
I think it's not. I think there's not some lone creature living up in the Himalayas, but I want it to be true. So
You're still going to look for it.
Still
and-
going.
Josh, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Real
you
pleasure.
so much.
Thank you
Really
so
great to
much.
talk to you guys. Be sure to check out Expedition Unknown Egypt Live. Premieres Sunday, April 7th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Discovery.
I'm so excited for it. Also, be sure to check out Josh in the 5th season of Expedition Unknown. That's returning to the Discovery Channel April 10th, also at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Time.
All right, coming up tomorrow, Downton Abbey star Elizabeth McGovern is here talking all about the upcoming Downton movie and her new film called The Chaperone.
Plus, $1 Million Listing Los Angeles star Josh Altman is sharing his list of the most over-the-top homes and amenities. You do not want to miss this. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with some car-inspired fun that we had with the legendary Jay Leno. Enjoy.
Bye, guys. All right, so now, here with Jay Leno, we're going to play a little game inspired by the cars. It's simple, Jay. We've got some little hot rod cars here. You shoot them into one of these photos that represent
that hard
cars.
to figure out.
Okay, you got it, and then there's a question behind it. Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Boom.
Nice.
All right, killed
Nice
it. All right,
shot.
here we go. The question is, biggest fear. What is your biggest fear?
Doing this show.
Okay, yeah.
My biggest fear.
It's scary.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Slides
a little
in.
slide in. I like that strategy.
Biggest guilty pleasure.
You know, I like Vera on BritBox. You ever watch Vera? She's like the English Columbo.
Don't push your luck.
All right, last one. Nice.
Boom. There
Very
we
good
go.
aim, Jay.
Most nervous moment in your career.
Now, one of the most nervous, I was doing the White House Correspondents' Dinner with Reagan.
Oh boy.
So I get there, I'm backstage, I'm waiting to go on, and this general comes back, he's got all the medals. He goes, hey, you the comedian? Let me tell you something. This is my commander-in-chief. This is the President of the United States. You understand? He's poking me. You don't make fun of him. You don't denigrate him. He's the President of the United States. Yes, that's it. And then George Shultz, I don't know if you remember him, he was Secretary of Defense. He comes back, he got a drink, he goes, Leno, come here. Nail Ronnie's ass to the wall. When you get out there, make fun of that black thing on his head, that phony dye job. Just nail his ass. He's got a drink. I go, well, that general, he works for me. Never mind him. I'm like, well, what do I do here? So, yeah, it was tricky.
And you nailed him.
Amazing.
Huh?
And you kind of nailed him when you went out, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's so great. Jay, thank you.
Thanks
Such a
so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you for playing
Thank you.
along.
Thank you.
You're great
Thanks
at
for the
this
game.
game.